Hi guys, welcome down to Living Golf Academy, and today I'm testing a brand new product from Ping. So we've got the new i500 iron, and I've very kindly been sent a 5 iron, a 7 iron and a pitching wedge, all set up perfectly for me, but this is a brand new category of iron for Ping. And listening to the way Ping have kind of talked about this iron, this is very much something that I think is going to appeal to possibly the better player, but still looking for that forgiveness and kind of distance that some of the products out there is actually providing. So if we take a close-up look at the head, so i500 is a hollow-headed iron. We have got a forged face, which is plasma welded into the head. When we're looking at size of head, we're looking at very similar to the i200 or the new i210. We're only looking at the offset on the heads of the eye blade, but we're looking for kind of ball speeds very comparable to the G400. So this is a absolutely ram-packed, full of technology head, you know, very much built like a metal wood. So we're looking for lots of flexion in the face to give us that really high ball speeds, good distance, slightly stronger loft. So this 5 iron is actually at 24 degrees. But as custom fit options, they're continuing to offer the power spec, which I'll pop on screen now, but also a retrospect as well. So certainly when you get fitted, looking at how you're launching it, how you're spinning the ball and the distances you're hitting it, there's some really good flexibility in the lofts of these irons. So like I said, I've got 5 iron, 7 iron, pitching wedge. I'm going to hit 5 real balls on GC2. We're going to look at some numbers. I'm going to talk you through as well, maybe on the ones I don't quite get, how those have kind of performed even relative to the ones that I'm hitting well. So I've hit a few looseners with these, not really looked at yardages, but it'll be interesting because I kind of know with my current set how far I'm hitting these 3 irons. So it'll be interesting to see if the power that's packed into this, is it providing more distance? Certainly as you put it down behind the golf ball, it's a fantastic looking golf club, and this is really a club that fits my eye. Predominantly for me though, if a club fits my eye, I'm usually having to sacrifice a little bit in performance, certainly on forgiveness and distance. But like I said, the theory is this is ticking all the boxes. So let's start with 5 iron and see how it performs. So that was a little bit toey. Turning over a touch. Pretty good carry for one that I didn't quite get. 193. That's a better strike. Just not turn that one over. But contact was good there, just left that out to the right a little bit. And again, solid, good numbers. And what I'm very impressed with there is, obviously all your irons should go similar kind of peak height, but the 5 iron still looks very, very high. So again, good strike, just leaving it out where I left that second one. Felt very, very similar and within a few yards. So some good consistency on distance. That's probably more my usual one. Aimed a little bit straighter there. So it's going to go a touch left. It's gone a little bit further. So that was a really good strike and kind of more the shape I'd be looking for. One final one with 5 iron. Again, that felt good and solid. More similar to the previous one, maybe going to be a couple of yards short. But again, very, very impressive. So for me, I mean, instantly, love the look, love the feel, and certainly numbers wise, they seemed good. So let's switch from 5 iron into 7 iron. So 7 iron, I mean, looks the same, 30.5 degrees now. So again, stronger than traditional, but with the way the weighting is in the head, we're still expecting this to launch and perform very like a 7-iron, but certainly not the strongest 7-iron on the market. Again, I think that looks fantastic behind the golf ball. Maybe just a touch low strike-wise. Turning over nicely though. Be interesting to see carry distance. Pretty long. So again, felt good, looked good. Again, felt a good solid strike, just turning over. Again, very long for a 7-iron. And this is for me definitely where, if you feel it's going too far, I know obviously this model's aimed at distance, if it's going too far you might go into that retro spec, just get the lofts a little bit weaker and that'll just take the ball back a few yards. Now that was very much a toe strike, so it'll be interesting to see how that's stood up. So it lost a couple of yards, but not a huge amount. That shows that level of forgiveness that's always appreciated with any iron. That was a more solid one again. I do like the feel of these. Getting good, nice and accurate. One final one with 7-iron. Again, maybe felt a little bit out the toe. But again, pretty impressive on distance. So far for me, 7-iron and 5-iron ticking all the boxes, which is good. Let's switch across to pitching wedge. Now this is where we're going to get onto wedge. If I'm being ultra picky, probably the head's marginally bigger than I would like it to be, but by no means a big-headed wedge. And I think the top line's still pretty nice on that. So all in all, I still think I could play with that wedge. So 5 shots, pitching wedge. So solid strike, let's push that one a touch. So I would know about 1-2-2 would be my pitching wedge, so even that one a little bit longer. That felt more like what I should be doing. Again, just around that 130, so good. And it'll be interesting when we look at the averages here, kind of what the gaps are between the clubs. So that one's a little bit clean. Just going to hang out to the right. Again, pretty good though for one I didn't get. And it's not always about obviously how good the best one is, it's how close they all are to that average. That felt more solid again. So again, 127 and one final one with pitching wedge. Again, felt nice. Very similar to those that I've just drawn. Good. So guys, I mean, certainly looks wise, feel wise, those are definitely ticking the box for me. Let's look at numbers and see how they perform overall. Okay, so we looked at our very best one with 5-iron being 207 carry, 187 with the one I didn't quite get, but good peak height at 36 yards, that's hitting it high. Spin pretty good as well at 4,500 for a set of 5-iron, so that's good. As we go into 7-iron, see that spin's just dropped down a little bit to 5.4, so a little bit on the low side, which I would imagine is then going to make it go a little bit closer than I would like. But 175 and 35 yard peak height, that's good again. And as we go down to pitching wedge, we're looking at 128 carry, good 33 yard peak height. So again, pretty good, maybe just need to work a little bit on the gapping in there for the irons. Okay then guys, so we looked at some numbers there, and for me those were what you'd expect from a distance iron. You know, hitting pitching wedge a good distance, hitting 7-iron a long way, hitting 5-iron a really long way on those good strikes, and even the ones that I didn't quite get, I think were still very, very good over that kind of distance. So definitely performs like a distance iron. Forgiveness wise, I thought that was great, and obviously anytime you've got a hollow headed iron, you've got that opportunity to kind of make it a more forgiving club head. I think the way that the forged face is put onto the rest of the club head as well, it's giving plenty of flex in there. So even on those off-center ones, we're still getting some good ball speeds out of there. So I mean, definitely for me as a player, you know, hitting it a little bit further is never a bad thing, particularly with those longer irons if I can keep the ball in the air. So I think i500 really ticks the box on a lot of clubs. You know, I think it is the best of a few for me. Kind of G400 distance, kind of looking more similar to kind of i200 and i210, but not got that little bit extra offset, which I don't really like to see. So i500 could definitely be something going in my bag. I've got the review for the new i210 also on my channel now. That's come on at the same time. And there's also a Glide forged wedge that's going to be on there. So check out the videos, leave comments below, let me know if you've already had the chance to try these, have you already got these in the bag. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.